Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez. And man, what a crazy world we live in. Nez just gave me a product recommendation 2 clicks later. It's going to be at my door in 24 hours. Like, great stuff. Get your Mr. Good Boys in the chat. Dude's feeling better in the back there. We get some shout outs to the community for a couple of wins last night, a first and a second in the MLB streets. Obviously, the puck hasn't completed yet, and the NBA has not completed yet there, but we will have winners after this evening, Nez. And for short slate MLB, for no contest to draft for NBA and NHL tonight, I'm still quite excited about these games this evening. I think we got 2 good ones on tap.
For the puck and hoops?
Yeah, like the playoff games. Like I got the wings marinating right now. I'm looking forward to just like chilling and watching these games tonight.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the basketball game is probably going to be a lot better than the puck one, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've been really enjoying the Edmonton and Stars series, and Stars at home could give them a run here.
Yeah, I guess the Stars are favored. Okay, so maybe we get 2 good, home teams down 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Eggers. My bad, bro. I'm still learning where I am. Yeah. No. Stars in 7 till it ain't, as they say.
Till it ain't. Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited to see what tonight looks like for the Knicks. I hope they come out, guns blazing. I'm expecting Cat to go. I'm expecting Naismith to go. Yeah, and just given the landscape of last night's contest, walking into tonight, some of those SGA pairings with a couple Pacers pieces on the right-hand side of the board there, or on the left-hand side of the board, rather, or, SGA coupled with Chet, coupled with, Hart or Bridges or something. Those combos are going to be looking kind of nice going into tonight. Jaden McDaniels and Nah were kind of death sentences littered throughout the draft board there, but I'm sure we're going to have some sweats this evening.
You might. I think I'm pretty cooked, but
Okay.
You never know. I just kind of like take a glance and like get a vibe check, and the vibes weren't great. So we'll see. We'll see how it actually turns out.
Yeah. Did you watch the ball game last night?
I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
I tuned in for a little bit, saw it was a massacre, and just turned the page.
Yeah. It felt like it was over before it started, like 26-9 in the first quarter, and it was kind of like,
I think that's precisely when I stopped watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think it was 48-17, like with 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is the OKC team we've been talking about all year.
Yeah, it was just like you just knew it was over. You just knew it was over. Like they just absolutely like demoralized the Wolves during that series, and they were just kind of like playing to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
it was bad. I mean, yeah, not even scoring a point, not even a single bucket. Are we serious? Not even one?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, I watched the recap after I stopped watching because I was playing golf, and then I watched the third period of the hockey game. Third period was phenomenal. Like a 2-0 game that then turned into 3-2, and then there was a power play for Carolina to give it a shot at the end there. But end of the hockey game was phenomenal. At least kind of salvaged the night in a little bit there.
Playoff hockey will always salvage the night.
Yeah, well said. We got some shout outs for the community, man. Evergreen at this point. All community members shipping all 4 major contests yesterday, and then more of the same today, dude. Shout out to Tyler here. Back-to-back frozen rope. He's going for it today. Love that. Congrats on the frozen rope there. Tyler did not see that one, was not in that contest, but we got to give some shout outs in the main contest there, Nez, there we go. Jump on over here. Yeah, also, while it's MLB, I know I said something yesterday, but thinking about Brad, Brad hasn't been in the lobbies for a little bit there, thinking about him and the trying family times there. Just want to send some more love his way. But yeah, man, look at this community leaderboard at the top here. Our guy Shilly, who's having a great season. Harris Chad, aka Chad Harris, who dropped off 10 Badge Bros memberships yesterday and shipped the contest the night before, almost goes back to back. Grill Belichick's been with us since day one, and same with Chris, local guy and supporter. And if I scroll a little bit down here, I see that purple logo starting to flirt with this top 10, Nez. Love to see it, bro.
Yeah, I didn't have any Robert Hassel the third, so yeah, I didn't get home.
Yeah. So Robert Hassel gets his first career extra base hit, and it happens to be a home run. And it happens to come in the most pitcher-friendly park in all of baseball. Granted, better for left-handed, and you could play everybody on this slate. But four-man Nationals gets home. Josh Bell, James Wood, who is on Fuego. StatCast page looks insane right now. Just all red all over it there. Your boy Matthew Boyd was SP1 there. I was on Team Hunter Green. You were on Team Matthew Boyd. That one aged really well there. Nez, good call by you. And then, yeah, man, didn't even matter what the one-off was, but in this instance, it was Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I had a lot of Cal Raleigh as well. Did a lot of like what Shilly was doing, where I was kind of doing Cal Raleigh, maybe another one-off, and then Nationals. I think I had like 9 different Nationals variations as well. Mine had Luis Garcia and not Josh Bell in mine, but yeah, it was almost a fun slate. I was up to like 1K in winnings, finished 7K. Yeah, never Kyle Tucker, I guess.
Yeah, never Kyle Tucker. Best player, one of the best plays on the slate. Never Kyle Tucker. Yeah, LOL variants in baseball there, bro. Directionally accurate with those 9 national stacks. Shout out to our guy Harris Chad Harris here. Similar construction, but did not get to Mr. What was the name? Robert what?
Robert Hassel the third. They don't
Yeah.
They don't have his suffix there, but he is the third of his name.
Yes. Like my favorite BBM champ. Yeah, great stuff there from everybody at the top. We will get to the conclusion of the other contests come tomorrow.
Yeah. And how are you looking though?
There was no WA. Maybe I just didn't.
There was not any.
Yeah. Okay. I was just confirming there wasn't a WNBA one because I don't think there was, because there's a 2-gamer today. Yeah, I only got 30 of them in. I got early to the course there and started slamming some in the car, as I was prone to do. I maybe have like 1 or 2 that look like kind of nice, that have like Naz Reid plus Chet plus SGA, and then 3 spots to try and hit tonight, kind of thing. So
what about Puck?
Dude, we drafted another wagon on stream again, dude. Again, we might have the nuts going into tonight when we drafted on stream again. So last time out, we draft 1 puck contest. We lose a 1v1 of McDavid versus Evan Bouchard tied for second place. In the puck streets right now, obviously not cashing just yet there. 72 points up top. We already got 41 in the bank here. 18, 13.5. Verhage with a nice little tuck under the bar there too. And now we got this little PP1 Dallas combo plus an Ottinger shoutout in our back pocket right now. Dude, puck guys might be getting home tonight.
I mean, why do they let us get Florida? I'm still not sure.
No idea, man. These guys were Carolina slappies at home for some reason.
That's why it's better to just no puck, man.
Yeah. I mean, I might have to just stop playing all other sports and just focus on puck from here on out. It seems to be my bread and butter this postseason here. The model has served us well, dude.
Infinite ROI.
Oh man. Yeah. All right, dude. Let's move into tonight. And I mean, it's gonna be a short little breakdown of the baseball slate here because it's a little bit of a play everybody adventure. There's some good pitching at the top. And yeah, we will get into actually, you know what, Nez? we got some time today, and we're gonna probably do 2 NFL drafts here. I got to hit on this. Mitch is saying, how are our NBA and our NHL playoff basketball doing? I got to take a look here. I have not been actively sweating this. Okay.
Oh, you're in the finals.
We got one potential dance team going to the finals. Wow, that team's cooking. So
what's it look like?
Knicks. We need the Knicks. Yeah. So we might make the finals, but it might not matter. We need the Knicks to get cooking. And this is the exact same team, basically. This is a Knicks team, too, I remember. Yeah. So,
that'd
hey.
be so awesome.
Knicks in 7, baby. Knicks in 7 here. NHL, I know I got a wagon, dude. I know. Oh, my God, it's in 2nd now somehow. This is not great. Oh, it's advancing.
You're up big, though.
Okay, it's advancing right now, but Nez, this team's a wagon. This team's
Florida.
It's got McDust. It's got Bennett. It's got Reinhardt. Dude, we lost Hyman, which is so brutal.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's so brutal. But we got Bouchard.
And Seth Jones.
Yeah, I think what we're cheering for right now is actually a Dallas. Nah, you just want to get this team to the
just
finals.
Get in, dude. Just get in.
Just get in. I was trying to get cheeky with it, and maybe we get like Dallas into the finals instead of Edmonton, and this team's going nuts. But no matter what happens here, we're gonna have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of Florida, including covering all positions, with a contrarian Marchand piece into the finals here. If we can hold off Jared D85.
And this is what, 10K to first?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, interesting. It actually shows you the qualifying.
Yeah, it shows you that it's 5.
Still cool, obviously.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. That team looks pretty good, but we will see.
I want to see what my Big Zam. I didn't advance my Big Zamboni team.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was trash. It was trash. It was a Washington Abs team.
Washington Avs team?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, that needed game 7 versus Dallas, basically. Dallas knocked you out there. Okay, while we're here, PGA, only 2 through in the Albatross after the second major. Oh, devastating developments. All right. We'll keep an eye on.
Do you know who you have? We can take a quick. Do you have any Scotty in those?
We can find out. Xander,
X-Man.
JT, no Scotty.
Tough.
And Xander, Fleetwood. Taylor Pendrith was kind of the push-through piece, I think, because he scored decently, I believe. Yeah. We got no Scotty. Was Scotty like the low-owned piece to push through?
Not the low-owned, but just kind of like, would be nice to have. I mean, not like super high-owned.
Okay.
But, you would like some Scotty.
Okay. Cole saying Nez has a few scrambles cooking.
I do.
Nice.
Yeah. I was at my best advancing 4. I have 2 in first, 1 in third. That ends after this golf tournament, the Memorial. Then the finals start for the scramble. And I kind of like where I'm at with it because there's 2 majors in the finals.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it starts with the U.S. Open, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And concludes with, the Open.
Yep.
So I believe. Yeah, U.S. Well, it starts with RBC Canada and then U.S. Open and then ends with and I have 2 Scotty shares. So fingers crossed, man. I do got some scrambles cooking.
Let's get it. We'll be the golf guys too. Shout out to Mitch here. One Scotty through in the Albatross. That's pretty legit. How many Albies did I think I did 25 because I had an insane advance rate. Thanks to our guy AMAC, came on the show, did a paywall stream together. We advanced 17 out of 25. And then of those 17 in round 2, we only got 2 through. But we knew that was the hardest round because that was the 1 in 10 round there.
Yeah, these are fun, man. These are a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the PGA best ball stuff.
Dude, sweating the PGA on like a Sunday or something like that is like it's up there, man. Like I love the volatility of a football Sunday watching Red Zone. I love the volatility of one swing at the end of a Dodgers game on the West Coast that nobody's up watching can flip an entire leaderboard in baseball. I love the back and forth nature of basketball and hockey, but golf, man, like just edge of your seat, camera zoomed in. This putt is for all the money or for none of the money is pretty sick.
I mean, like, especially when it's just like one guy, that's the only variable is just like, you need this guy to do well. It's a very clean sweat, but it's a very agonizing sweat at the same time.
Yeah, and it feels like it's in slow motion comparative to other sports.
Yeah, it kind of does, right?
Yeah. TKH, has a season-long NASCAR thing been considered? I've heard talkings. It's been discussed behind closed doors for sure. I've heard they want to expand. I would love that. You guys know through and through, I'm a NASCAR guy. I've traveled for races and stuff like that. I love my cars going left and going fast. So yeah, I'd be in on that one. That'd be pretty cool.
That's some pretty sick shit.
Yeah. All right, Nez, let's move into today and stuff. I'm gonna click over to Unabated real quick and see if we have NBA projections, but we do not have WNBA projections yet. We could cook up a little extendor perhaps here to start off the show with this evening's game, or we could wait a little bit till we definitively have the news of Naismith and Kat. But I'm treating them as if they're playing basketball this evening.
I think they're gonna play. I feel fine just like ripping one.
Okay. Thoughts on the pick'em front for wrong button. Thoughts on the pick'em front for this evening.
Well, I'm always inclined to go Brunson points at home.
I did see a crazy one in the chat. Sorry to cut you off. I did see a crazy one associated with that. Our guy Big Funchy rolling in GM Brunson 50 burger at home 17.5x.
That's a trap. If you actually play Brunson 50 points on the Pick'em app, your account gets limited. It's a trap.
They just shut down the site.
Yeah, I mean, if you play it, it's like, all right, buddy, like you need to take a break. Like here's your resources. Let's take 5 here.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What are you feeling, dude?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, man. I'd probably take a Brunson higher on the points. I mean, it just very simply, it's Jalen Brunson at home against the Pacers. Like I don't think he's going down without a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree with you. The Naismith being a little bit beat up makes me feel kind of nice too. Like that's been such a tough matchup for him and whatever. Maybe a little tighter whistle tonight. A couple quick ones on Naismith, and all of a sudden Brunson's cooking with him not on the floor because the splits have been pretty drastic. So yeah, I'm down. I mean, 30.5 like just seems so massive to take a higher on. But if we're going down narrative street, Nez, I'll go down it with you.
Yeah, I just think it makes sense.
What else are you feeling alongside this one? We can do a full unabated one after because I've used the conditional set to do a little cooking on the side here. But let's go the Nez from the heart. how he thinks it's going down, and then let's do an unabated based one.
Okay. After this, this is tough because these guys are playing so deep right now. I'm kind of thinking, dude, just tell me to just like stop. But like, what about like a Hallie lower?
I'm never gonna say no, dude. I low-key right now, from a narrative standpoint, I want to see the Knicks versus OKC. That's what I want to see
Well, of course.
happen. I want to see. But OKC versus the Pacers in the finals, a big pace-up game environment where Hallie has now thrust himself into the national conversation of, is he better than Ant? Was Ant just content being there for the second year in a row? Blah, blah, blah. And now he's in this situation. And to just see him get the fucking clamps put on him by Caruso and Lou Dort switching, Case and Wallace getting in his back pocket, and all of a sudden, all of these turnover metrics that everybody's been citing for the last 3 months. Oh, he never turns the ball over, blah, blah, blah. And Hallie just rolls out for, can you see it? Just headlines after game one. Halliburton, first 5 turnover game since March of 2023. Like, like some bullshit like this. Like, can't you just picture this? I want it so bad, Nez. I want it so, so bad.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it happens. All I'm saying is for now, we got to go lower on 31.5 points and assists.
Okay. Points and assists, 31.5 on the lower side for Nez there to play into the Brunson cooking at home narrative. That's only a 3.5x. Do we need something else to add to this to feel alive?
I think if do we have an extender? No, we used it yesterday, didn't we?
We used it yesterday. Please, Knicks, extend the series so we can extend into the future.
Okay. We have to do one more.
Dude, one with an OG stocks take. I mean, we can't play just stocks unless it's rarely steals and blocks on our site. They're usually listed as independent categories.
I see them together a lot.
Oh, they are together. There we go.
And it's 2.5?
Yeah.
Let me think about this. Let's look at the box scores. Do some box score analysis.
Yes, this is the deep dive research we pay for.
This is the advanced metrics. I like it.
Cheese is in here. Nez from the Heart, my favorite mixtape.
No, I like it. All
right. That'll smack the hammer on Eddie, lower on Hallie.
Yeah, that was a hilarious question.
Oh man. Oh my god. Look at this, dude. They're hitting us with we have to accept the Hallie right now. The powers that be are watching us. They're like, John's about to bet the farm on the Hallie stuff. We got to make sure we get this. We got to get this in quick. Numi, what are you doing to us?
That
hurt my feelings.
Pisses me off.
That hurt my feelings. We got to get this one in quick, dude.
Well, I mean, I'm remixing this. Take off the points assists. Let's just go lower 9.5.
On the assists?
On his dimes.
Oh, I want the points in there so bad.
Or let's do fantasy points, actually. Good shout by Evan.
What's the fantasy points number?
40 million.
Dude. That was the move.
Yeah.
All right. To feel alive.
I mean, I don't want to, speak out of turn. Halliburton lower 46 fantasy points as a
Yeah, you don't have to say it.
Yeah, no, I went ahead and said it. It's a lock.
Oh.
I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
All right. We're L-wording this one in there. 150 USD from my pocket to the dog app to bring us back 1023. Brunson on the higher, OG on the higher, Hallie on the lower fantasy points. I like this, dude. This feels good.
Lock that one in.
Log it in. Let's cook up one more here, Nez, with the unabated conditional projections. I toggled both Naismith and toggled Cat in, and we're showing some nice edges, higher edges percentages than I've seen previously in this series, Nez.
I would imagine ruling a star player out will do that, but what do we got?
No. I toggled them in. They're in.
Oh.
Yeah, conditionals in. So like that and we're showing edges on some of the lesser known commodities in the series, guys in which I like to go deep diving on here. We are showing a 15.9% edge on the PRA lower for Deuce McBride. I'm going to do this one quick, dude. You ready for this? DeLon Wright, who's been getting some burn, anticipating a closeout game lower on the PRA there as well. Showing a Benedict Mathurin rebounds and assists higher to go alongside that. Little Benedict.
What rebounds, assists higher?
Yeah, rebounds, assists higher on the 3 there. He had 4 last game, I believe. And then a Mitchell Robinson lower PRA.
All right.
Those
smart guys.
Those are the 3 highest plays as of right now on the unabated. I will share that with the chat there. And I will share that in the private chat alongside there. 100 hard-earned USD will get us 1,200 on that boy. That's a 12xer. You know, for those playing at home, consider watering it down and mixing and matching some of these plays together. Just because we like them doesn't mean they're all going to hit in succession.
Great. Great work.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what you call that voice, but it was great work.
We are already moving markets because that just shifted to an 11.6. So jam the best plays in to check my homework there. There you go, guys. That is what we are looking at on the beautiful unabated interface as of right now. Yeah, showing a little bit of lowers on the Mitch Rob stuff. I think they're anticipating a potential Josh Hart rejoining the starting lineup tonight. Yeah, there's been murmurings, non-zero chance that the Mitch Rob plus Cat stuff isn't working out defensively, like in the same regard that they thought it would from the previous series. And Mitch Rob's actually been like a -20, a -12, and they've been negative alongside one another. That there are murmurings that they might just go back to the Hart lineup to start tonight.
Okay. Well, that would make Hart very interesting, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess, maybe not.
Something to consider. Lower's not sharp.
Definitely not lower on my guy Shamit. No way, Jose.
Yeah. Well, that's an extremely volatile one. It's just a 1 3-pointer, right?
Landry's letting that thing fly.
Yeah. They're showing a little bit of edge on the Hart lower still, though, but that's points and assists. We know he contributes across all 3 categories, kind of thing. Major categories. Little TJ edge on the higher. Don't mind if I do. Oh man. All right, dude. Let's turn the page here. Let's talk a little baseball to start. Let's rip a draft or two, and then rip a WNBA draft, and then we will jam a whole bunch of football stuff. Yeah, baseball tonight. Only a 4-game slate. I think it's interesting to note that it is the second game of a doubleheader for Atlanta and Philadelphia. It is also I just realized I didn't even bring up the screen that I was Yeah, there you go. So they're playing right now. Bryce Harper was not in the lineup in the morning game there, but we can make some educated guesses based on like what we see in the morning game from them in terms of lineup. What we would then get in the evening. So I'll go ahead and bring up the box score in 1 second here, and we can talk about that because basically the catchers won't play back to back, and the backup catcher will play one of the two games and that sort of thing. So we'll take a look at the lineup and go from there. Yeah, I'll take a look in 2 seconds here. But yeah, 4-game slate with some really good pitching from that game. Pitchers going first and second in that one, and then some weird Q tag situations. The Bryce Harper Q tag after X-rays were negative. Bo Bichette has a Q tag. Toronto has some long travel before this one here and going back home there. But he did pinch hit last night and he hit a home run. So methinks Bo Bichette will be good to go. And then we got this Q tag back on Jordan Alvarez, which seems to be the norm every single time they start a new series. That is Jordan going to get activated? I don't know. So been seeing him get drafted a decent amount with the Q tag as well. Yeah, what are your thoughts? Just macro on the slate, Nez?
I think Harper's going to sit tonight.
Okay.
I mean, it's Chris Sale, second game. I don't know why they would sit the first game, start against Sale. So not really anticipating Harper playing there. I doubt Jordan plays. I think we would know by now. MLB is pretty straightforward with that stuff. Good shot by Paid as well. Christian Walker, I believe, got hit by a pitch.
Oh, my bad. Yes, I did have that one in the notes and then forgot to mention it. Yes, thank you.
That's not good. Don't feel great about that one.
He stayed. Okay, so the weird one with Christian Walker is he stayed in the ball game for like 2 innings and then got lifted.
Before his next at bat, maybe? Or
yeah, I don't know if that matters, but I just found it strange. That's why I put it out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then who is there another player left that has a Q tag? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that was all that I had on my list. Harper, Bo Bichette, Jordan Alvarez, Christian Walker were the ones that I've written down, unless I missed something.
Okay. Yeah, these are interesting spots because like Astros Rays seems to be like probably like the best spot for offense if I had to like take a guess. Mm-hmm. A's don't have a good pitcher on the mound. It's like Jacob Lopez, I think is his name. I don't really know much about him.
Yeah, he had one good start.
That's right.
Decent amount
of Phillies, I think.
Yeah, and I think he had 8 Ks in it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are just like I'm just like never super interested in the Blue Jays. So like this is like an interesting slate because you got a huge pitchers duel in Game 2 of Braves Phillies. Mm-hmm. Mackenzie Gore in Seattle. And then it's like Boz versus Gusto in Houston with a lot of right-handed power and just like good lefty power as well for Tampa. So I'm really more interested in this Houston and Tampa Bay game. Yeah.
Gusto's also had trouble with left-handed power and left-handed fly balls. And guess what the Rays do best between Lowe, Lau, and Aranda, right? Like that's the thick of their lineup. That's what they do. It feels eerily similar to yesterday, I guess it was 2 days ago, not the Kirby game, or maybe it was the Kirby game when they scored 9 runs. Washington did, where it's like this is what sets up well for them to have success.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So the game before that, who was pitching? Nah, this is bad radio. I can't remember.
I think you're thinking about JP Sears in Houston.
No. I was thinking about the Mariners one with the left-handed power in the middle of that lineup facing someone who had a left-handed fly ball problem, but I can't remember.
I'm not too familiar, but yeah, just as far as game environments go, Astros Rays, I like that from like both sides really. I'm interested in the Nationals a good bit. It's just like my evergreen flow chart, is Emerson Hancock on the slate. Okay.
Yep.
Take that opposing team.
Yep.
James Wood's the first hitter off the board, which makes sense. But Cardi's team projection on Washington isn't great because of the park they're in. So, you can get a lot of these left-handed Nats in your lineup pretty easily. And that's like the first thing that I want to check off my list when I'm drafting is like, get a bunch of national stacks.
Okay. Yeah. So you're running it back for the third night in a row, getting national stacks here with left-handed power, and they're littered with lefties for sure. Right. So
yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting slate because, a 7.5, an 8.5, an 8, a 7.5, depending where you look for run totals. Like Braves are at a 4, Phillies are at a 4.5, Athletics are at a 4.4, Blue Jays are at a 4.8, Astros are a 4.5, Rays are a 4.1, Nationals are a 3.8, and Seattle is a 3.2. So I mean, like everyone's within 0.8 to 1 full run amongst them, and none of them like vastly stand out from the crowd there.
That's exactly how I feel, man. It just feels pretty wide open for a small slate. So, you just kind of want to spread out your shots. But I mean, I think I will just like forego Seattle tonight, though, against my guy Mackenzie Gore. So,
yeah,
that's one team that I will cross off, and I'll probably cross off Atlanta as well. But the Phillies, I have my antenna up on.
Okay. All right. You like the potential for Chris Sale to revert to who he was at the very start of the season, where he occasionally gets blown up?
I think what I like the most about this spot is like the Kyle Schwarber pick. He's like ADP 20 something today.
Yep.
He has 10 homers off lefties this season.
Wow. I mean, yeah. I was watching the broadcast, and like it was mentioned that this is maybe about a week ago. It was mentioned that he spent so much time working to build a deficiency, like, and better it in his game, that it became a strength. Like, like how it was like he didn't just play to his strengths anymore. He just spent so much time hitting left-handed stuff in the cage, in the whatever. He's like, this is how I get out, to now he's led the league in homers off lefties the last 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And maybe I just like haven't been paying enough attention, but I swear it seems like there's like way more like lefty on lefty success these days, and like way more reverse splits happening in the league. But maybe it's just me actually like paying closer attention than I did last season. I don't know.
What do you think could lead to more lefty success that would be a macro trend in baseball?
Maybe more on like I don't know, like maybe lefties just like knowing that like, hey, this is like my obvious kryptonite. Let me improve here. And maybe more so just like lefties having like more success against righties in terms of like, just way more nasty changeups in the game, and just really having the right-handed kryptonite as opposed to, just lefties doing work. Probably a little bit of both.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say the implementation of an emphasis on the high fastball, where it was like for years, it was like, don't let a lefty beat you down and in. Like that was like the MO over and over and over again, was like, just don't miss down and into lefties. Right. And that was like the thesis. And now I think everyone having such good control at the top of the zone, lefty hitters have adapted to be like, I just need to learn how to hit the high fastball.
Yeah, I think that's a good synopsis as well.
I'm just throwing it out there. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's all these trends when it comes to pitching, and like the high fastball is one of them. And now you're seeing like sinkers are good again. Like, oh,
right,
okay. Yeah. I love that. I love a sinker.
It's the pendulum in sports of like teams adapting to whatever, right? It's like basketball was like, oh, we just have to shoot the three like crazy. And then there was like a pushback in like mid-range and going to the rack game. And then the pendulum swings all the way to the threes again. Like in baseball, same thing with like the pitch types. We joke about it all off season every single year. Oh, new kick change, new slider, new sweeper, new, like this. And it's just like recycling the same like pitches over and over again. Yeah, and like football is the best example, to be honest. The resurgence of bell cow running back, or like the notion that the running back matters again, and pass rates dropping the last 2 years to like totals that we haven't seen in like the previous 6 kind of deal. It's interesting.
No, for sure. I think it's like the perfect example of it, you know?
Yeah. So we got some really high strikeout rates with the first 3 pitchers on the slate. 36.2%, 32.7, and 29.8. Mackenzie Gore, Zach Wheeler, Chris Sale. For whatever reason, the Mariners have been worse against left-handed pitching this year, which I don't know how that makes sense, because they're littered with righties, and we thought they were a wagon versus righties for like a long, long time. So I do find that Mackenzie Gore matchup extremely intriguing there. And then there's kind of like a huge drop off, Nez, and you get to the Lopez, which is a very small sample size, but you get to Lopez, Gusto, Shane Baez, who's had huge peaks and valleys, and then Emerson Hancock is buried with like a 15.7% strikeout rate, which looks even worse against lefties. So it does seem pretty clear that the best place to attack contact on this slate is probably Nationals.
In terms of their bats, you're saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. They're my 101 today as far as team stacks go.
Okay. Cool. If you're looking at certain team totals, as our guy AMAC is alluding to, popping for a little bit there is the Blue Jays in a couple of the models. Just a reminder that Blue Jays, that ballpark has played really good for left-handed power and home run power just in general. It's like the second best ballpark in all of baseball for home runs, which doesn't seem right because, Vlad and Santander and these guys haven't really been hitting them to the expectancy in which we want. But Varsho's been leading off, left-handed pop at the top of that lineup. You could do worse kind of deal. But yeah, let's take a look at some of these ADPs, my friend.
ADP today is really interesting.
Yeah. 3 of the games are played indoors. This second game, there might be a sprinkle of rain, but should be fine. But the 3 being indoors, just wanted to note that it is like north of 75 degrees for that second game in Atlanta. I actually was looking at the lineup for a half second here too. Ozzy Albies was leading off against the lefty today. We know that he's a guy that we like to play against lefties, better from the right-hand side. And Acuna wasn't in the lineup for the first game, but now he's come into the ball game for Stuart Fairchild, who got caught stealing in the first inning by the looks of it. So yeah, methinks Stuart Fairchild got hurt or something and then got lifted for Acuna early in this ball game, which I don't know, read that situation as you will. Will they want to use Acuna in both games? I imagine so, but it was definitely the plan for him to only play one of the 2, and now has been utilized as an emergency off the bench in game 1 situation. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And then Sean Murphy started at catcher in game 1, which means we will probably get Drake Baldwin in game 2 there. So when you're building out your stacks, you could still get Murphy at DH. But if Acuna came in for Fairchild, methinks they might want to DH Acuna and not have him play the field twice. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like super interested in the Braves today, but good shouts though. Man, I think Mackenzie Gore is my SP1. I just got to say it. I think he's my SP1 today.
Yeah, no, especially relative to the price point. But leads the MLB in Ks, in the best pitching environment in all of baseball. And the Mariners lineup does not look the same on paper as either Atlanta or Philadelphia, with or without Harper and Acuna in there. Either way, I'd probably still take Mackenzie Gore against the Seattle lineup today.
Yeah, I think the one hole you could poke in Mackenzie Gore is that like he got pulled or lifted last game. He was at like 90 something pitches. Yeah. I think for like back tightness it was. So just be mindful of that. We're fingers crossed. He's starting today, so apparently it's just precautionary because he kind of like grimaced when he threw a pitch, and he got through 6 innings. They're like, buddy, just get out the game. So should be good. It's just tough because obviously I'm not going to leapfrog him up to first because James Wood is my 101. But yeah, I would love a bunch of Mackenzie Gore today. Would love that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well said there, Nez. I think the top three is pretty solidified, and you can kind of mix and match as you see fit. But I'm in lockstep with you that I do really like the Mackenzie Gore spot today. Then I'd probably go Wheeler Sailor, Wheeler Sale. And then after that, what are you doing here, man? Because I think we like bats in all of these spots more than we like the arms.
Oh, 100%, very much so. I think next up for me is Barrios.
Okay.
I don't love having to go to Jose Barrios, but he would be, SP4 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's pretty comfortably Shane Baz after that. Not like I feel comfortable taking Shane Baz, but I think there's a very strong tier gap between Baz and Gusto, Hancock, and Lopez.
Okay.
And whoever and those the bottom three, dude, it's just whoever I'm not stacking against.
Yeah, I feel that. I do think Lopez is my favorite of the three, but yeah.
Yeah, I could see Lopez gravitating towards him. I definitely want him in a vacuum over Hancock. And gun to my head, maybe over Gusto as well. Just because I just don't really have a strong feeling towards Toronto. The strong feeling is more of a disdain, but they're interesting, man. I don't want to sleep on Toronto. They're definitely not as bad as I'm making them out to be right now. It's just it just never feels good.
Yeah, and the park's nice for left-handed power for sure. So I like what Tyler's saying in the chat that Varsho's the best one-off because I tend to agree. The first stuff I was looking at, I really like Varsho. Let off yesterday. I mean, he's buried down here at 34. He's got some big-time power potential leading off today. I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah. Man, if Lopez is going to stink, then yeah, I guess the Jays do look pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I guess then it makes some more sense. Man, look at Jonathan Aranda. Look at him, all grown up.
He's popping, dude. He's hot. The kids like
awesome.
him. Yeah. I wish I'd mixed in more Jonathan Aranda than Christopher Morel at the end of Dinger season there.
I mean, how are we to know? How were we ever to know that this guy had this in his bag? Now he's running giga hot, right? 400 BABIP, but the ex-Woba, if you want to juxtapose that, the ex-Woba is telling us that he's legit.
Okay.
392 for the ex-Woba.
Nice.
He's cool, man. He's cool. The Rays. What's the Rays record right now? Because I kind of like the Rays.
Just in general?
Just as a ball club. Yeah, they're 28-27, second in the AL East. The Blue Jays are pretty mid. The Red Sox are hilarious. The Orioles are dead. Huh. I don't know, man. Look out for Tampa. Junior Caminero hasn't even been playing good baseball.
Yeah. Not bad.
They always find a way. It's so annoying. They always find a way.
They do always find a way. Oh, man. Yeah, we kind of hit on the stacks here a little bit. Obviously, you're going to be mixing and matching and just stacking what your opponents are not stacking, or scrolling within the chalky order stacks there.
Yeah.
If you're able to obtain the quote unquote GMs of putting all the Rays together, you probably just do it once and twice because on these 4 gamers, you just want to build out kind of little pieces of everything. So I think more of an interesting conversation is, what of the contrarian variety can you do within the chalk stacks or what isolated bats are kind of your favorite?
Yeah, no, good point. I think we should rank pitchers and bats, just the top, our top 8, just real quick.
Okay.
And then we can kind of discuss I think around that would make sense. So like 101, I think would be James Wood for me today. I don't know if you feel similarly.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah, I mean, his savant page is insane. It's just all red, and he's a stud.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. I guess like after like the first round feels actually pretty flat
Uh-huh.
now that I think about it. So like you really can kind of choose your own adventure. Um yeah, that's interesting. I think athletics sort of pop off to me a little bit.
Do you
Like
like Athletics versus Brios today?
I like the fact that you can like easily get who you want from
Right.
there. Like if I'm drafting it from the 1-2 turn today, I'm probably double tapping like Butler and Rooker,
Sure.
a few times here, and then like easily getting Soderstrom to go with that, and maybe even Jacob Wilson if you're feeling like you could use 8 points in your lineup. But the problem with that is like I'm gonna want Mackenzie Gore there if he's there.
Right. Yeah, I'm team kind of lock up the first 3 SPs first. I've only done 3 thus far this morning, and I gravitated towards Mackenzie Gore, and then I did a Lopez, punt team.
Yeah, so I guess like pick like rank 2 for me is probably Mackenzie Gore, but just to like I guess be closer to ADP, you could maybe just do like maybe Wheeler, Gore, Sale or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
something
even
like
that's
that.
not good. Yeah, but like they are for sure like picks 2, 3, and 4 for me. I think like everything else is so flat that it just like makes so much sense to do this.
Yeah, I think one kind of like lost in the sauce when we get like down into the nitty gritty of like ranking these guys things is like the ease with which you can separate at pitcher on it comes in 2 facets. It comes on low scoring slates, and it comes on non-onslaught slates where like onslaught stacks are winning, and it comes on short slates. And this is all 3 to me, where like all the implied run totals, like if we get a whole bunch of like 3-2, 4-1, 5-2 ball games on a 4-game slate like this, and these games play to the run totals, that's the time in which pitcher can separate.
Yeah, that's a nice nuanced point there because pitching does change in like how valuable it is slate by slate, and today it seems pretty valuable.
Yeah, like an 11-game slate with these names on them, I'd be like way less inclined to be pushing them up like this, even if they separated greatly from the pack behind them, just because like, oh, that extra 8 points you get, like I probably won't need the nuts. Like I won't need the nut pitcher, but on a 4-game slate with 4,000 entries, you're going to need much closer to the nuts.
Yep, definitely. I'm thinking about right now, like, is Tampa worth getting to? I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do think yes. And if you can get Lau and Aranda, great. But like Josh Lowe should be player 10 today.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like if we're putting all this emphasis on left-handed power that's at the top of the lineup, Josh Lowe should still be in that conversation.
Yeah, he should be like right. He should be neighboring them. I'm not sure what his ADP is, but it's clearly not high enough.
Yeah, I think it was 16 point something. It's
Okay.
17.4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think priority number 1 for me is obviously Washington, Tampa stacks.
Yeah.
After that, I could kind of be talked into like going into anything after that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm definitely in agreement with you. I think the best ADPs on the board, like without a doubt, are CJ Abrams and Dalton Varsho. I'd throw Josh Lowe in that conversation as well. Those would probably be my 3 favorite ADPs, period. You could chase the power of like the Atlanta guys. Like you'll just never see like Ozuna and Olsen on like a short slate buried down here in terms of ADP. So if you just want to play the talent angle, by all means, but like Wheeler's been so effing good this year. I would rather just use Atlanta as one-offs than chasing stacks. So if I'm like the majority of my 3+ man stacks are going to be, as you alluded to, Tampa Bay, Washington, Toronto for me. It sounds like you're a little less on that, but I like. I think I like Toronto.
I'm talking myself into it.
Yeah, yeah. Like the VAR show, Santander, and then like 3 Nationals middle infield or infielders. Like that feels like a pretty fun, easy, obtainable build every single time. And then you could mix and match, a couple pitchers that go alongside it. I will basically full fade Seattle today. Like
Yep.
Austin's asking, like fading J-Rod. Like, yeah, if they beat up Mackenzie Gore, like someone else can win the slate.
I think one-offs is the only way I'd get to Seattle.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite Seattle one-off? There's only one right answer.
Who is the one right answer?
I'm asking you. This is a lot and thinks of who you think I'm gonna say.
You're trapping me. You're trapping me here.
It's a layup, dude.
But like, is it Randy?
No, it's Dylan Moore.
Oh, duh. Of course.
Yeah. Dylan Moore kills left. Dylan Moore kills lefties. He's always underpriced relative to his power potential. He's at 34.4. If you just want to go like one-off guy to hit a home run on Seattle today that nobody else is drafting, and you want to build out like a stack. Yeah. I think there's Beastmer saying Big Dumper. I think there's a non-zero chance Big Dumper sits today. Non-zero chance. But like last game of the series, getaway day at home, plus they're not traveling, there's a chance that he just DHs today and they do like both catchers in there because Garver kills lefties too. So there's a really good chance that like you do something like that with like the two of them.
Yeah, I do agree. I think he just DHs, but yeah. There's a chance that it's just full blown. If he just full blown sits, then that makes Mackenzie Gore obviously look that much better.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I do think my plan today, just because like I got my sister and my niece coming into town today. Don't know how many drafts I'm going to get in. I'm probably just going to be like giga concentrated on these like 3 or 4 teams that we talked about.
Okay, sounds good. Let's hop in and see what it looks like on the fly here. Things are filling up decently quickly. Love to see that. Yeah,
good. They did a good job today with the slate pricing. Like these ugly slates don't need the full 30K. It's just not necessary. And they give us the frozen rope and the big fly as well, which is nice. I think that they did a good job with pricing this slate.
There's a real weird, interesting dynamic of baseball versus basketball on Underdog in terms of slate size.
Right.
And it's interesting that like a 7-game slate of NBA and a 2-game slate of NBA will both fill a 100K contest,
Mm-hmm.
And it's all to do with the ease of drafting and enjoyability of drafting juxtaposed to labor of love, because baseball is really hard to auto and it gets like nauseating even for a guy who loves baseball, who does the show, who walks through the whole slate to click the same 5 names over and over and over again. Whereas basketball, you either don't have to look at it, out of sight, out of mind, because you're auto drafting it, or you're moving them around a little bit here and there so that and the drafts are 4-person. So they're so much faster that you just, yeah.
And it's so much easier to lose your shirt in baseball too.
That's true.
There's that aspect of it as well. It's just like knowing that you could have the shittiest day of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a wrinkle to the contest where volume is king in NBA to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And in baseball, volume is king, but the variance associated with volume is massive. So if you're not willing to embrace that variance, you're better off playing 5 to 10 entries instead of 100. It's
right. And sometimes I'm just addicted to trying to scoop.
All right. So Vlad goes here. Somebody's setting up a Toronto thing. We could try and set up a Tampa thing and hope one of these pitchers comes back to us, or we can take our guy Gore right away.
I think we take Gore because I don't think with the no badge there, he probably goes Sale, and Wood Pony probably takes Gore on the wrap.
No, he's going to take the double Tampa Bay stack, the GM right here.
Well, now he is. But before, he would have probably taken Gore.
Let's see what happens.
How far would you push up Boz if you miss out on these top 3 guys?
Not greatly.
No,
I don't think Boz is he looks pretty mid right now. All right, so we get some interesting stuff. Ronald Acuna getting pushed up in terms of ADP because of the player he is, which checks out to me. I really liked it. He passes on the double Tampa Bay. We get Mackenzie Gore here. We could set up the athletics thing you were talking about. We could do contrarian Tampa. We could do Toronto. What do you like?
Toronto, but it's contrarian as fuck. Butler.
Yeah, doing Toronto without Vlad is fine, but there's just going to be better combos of it. Like after he takes Vlad at 3, he's setting up Toronto. So I'd probably wait to do a Toronto one and post to doing it in this room, but it would definitely be contrarian.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Another player that I just realized that didn't hit on as far as great values is CJ Abrams, just hilariously cheap today.
No, I said he was my favorite play.
Sorry.
On ABP. Don't worry, buddy.
I thought you said somebody else, but yeah, another just a reiteration of CJ Abrams.
Yeah, man. Anytime you can get leadoff lefties in good matchups, that the ballpark's not the greatest in the world, but he's hilariously cheap juxtaposed to what Wood's price is, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a nice start from Tyler.
Yeah, really nice start from Tyler there. James Wood, Josh Lowe, and CJ Abrams. That's a good one. How would you land that plane on his behalf?
I don't know what other Tampa Bay piece I would throw in there. Maybe Yandy, because he's just going to lead off no matter what.
Yeah.
I would probably go Nate Lowe if I was him. I like Rooker.
Yeah, you like Nate Lowe a little bit. Another lefty.
I always like Nate Lowe.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Rooker here. We got that little athletics stack that you were talking about starting at the 106 there, but then we don't want to do it without Mackenzie. And we were able to still set it up by getting Mackenzie here. So pretty fun start for us there. Now we could start looking at some other options here. Santander goes there. I alluded to liking Varsho as a one-off. We could build another.
Buried.
Yeah, who do you like as a 3-man?
I mean, I like Varsho. I'm just shocked at the price. Soderstrom, you used to talk about lefty power.
Okay, we could still do Soderstrom and do a 3-man athletics thing, and then we could build in 2 one-offs here.
Mm-hmm. 3-1-1s are pretty solid.
Yeah. See what Big Dub, King Dubs does over here. He's got a little Seattle plus Toronto thing cooking. Chandler Simpson, that's just a guy I won't draft really.
I know. I always take him because I just I don't.
He's got a shit ton of steals, man.
I know, that's why I like him. Yeah. I love the slap hitting stolen base guys.
Billy Hamilton reincarnated.
Seriously.
No Bo Sox in the chat saying crazy in the Soto trade that they got Gore, Abrams, and Woods. That is crazy.
Didn't they get Hassel as well? Not that he just
really. Wow, I did not know that. Okay,
they got a fucking haul. Yeah.
Let's throw some one-offs out there here, Nez. I'm throwing Varsho out. I like Varsho. Right. Oops.
Let's do Varsho.
I think he's mispriced today. Feels like a good spot. Varsho there, and then you give me the one-off infielder that we can add.
I'm looking right now. I think I have my answer.
All right. I'm ready for it. Yeah, they got Hassel too, and some other prospects as well. That's crazy. And some other prospects as well. That's crazy.
They
Good
got
for them, man.
Padres got dismantled for that. Holy
Good
shit.
for them. Yeah, and then they just didn't even keep him, didn't make a run with him, didn't anything. And then,
Remember Luis Patino?
Yeah.
All right. I think Jeremy Pena.
That's so boring. He's an ADP guy. A one-off Pena? All right.
Caratini.
I'd be way more down to take Caratini.
I love Victor Caratini.
There we go. I thought you were gonna flex your juices. Taking the highest ADP infielder. Come on,
lead off righty with the Crawford boxes. I'm sorry, it was my GTO brain talking.
Oh man, like
gotta shut that thing off sometimes.
No, let's have some fun out here. Victor Caratini. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're having some fun. Now we're contrarian. Now we're scrolling.
Sorry, I just saw a tweet, John, from Adam Schefter.
Yep.
Saying, "What, dude? What in God's name are my Steelers doing? The Dolphins have had trade discussions with the Steelers about Jonnu Smith.
Why?
Why, brother?
You know why? I'll give you one reason why. Arthur Smith.
Oh, duh.
That's insane. That's insane that he's going to be like, yo, I want to go get him.
Honestly, 1 for 1 for Muth, like, yes, 7 days out of the week and twice on Sunday.
Right, but like you're never making like a tight end for tight end move or whatever. All right, Nez, let's push into football territory there. I think we should do one of these side contests, but we got to rip one WNBA for the bid equity here to make sure we get to that leaderboard. Mackenzie Gore, a 3-stack of the Athletics, a little bit of value hounding there with Soderstrom, Butler, and Rooker all around ADP there. But being able to mix Mackenzie Gore with that 3-stack feels pretty good. And then we scroll the F down, as we are prone to do, with Dalton Varsho and Victor Caratini. I talked you off the ledge of Jeremy Pena, who has been mashing as of recently, but we're not looking for 6 points at the top of our lineup here. We are looking for the contrarian home run and a double game from the backup catcher. That's the shit we do out here.
Do you know why I love Victor Caratini?
No.
Former Pirate killer.
Oh.
When he was a Chicago Cub. Just a name that I'll never forget and always gravitate towards.
I have a fun fact. Victor Caratini was the guy who caught 2 no-hitters. The Cubs one, I can't even remember who threw it.
Is that
and
Lester?
Then the Joe, pardon me?
Is that Lester?
I don't know. And then the Joe Musgrove one. He was like, that was like my fun fact, where he was like a backup catcher who caught 2 no-nos. And they were both like weird getaway day game ones or something like that. Yeah. I can't remember who the Cubs no-hitter was. Let's ask Google.
I'm beating you to the punch.
Oh, okay.
You'll never guess the Chicago one. You'll never ever guess it.
Okay. Okay, buddy. All right. Give me like one clue. Give me one clue.
Right-hander, wore glasses. I'm pulling up his Fangraphs page to kind of give you some more hints. 33 years old.
Right-handed and wore glasses. The first name that comes to mind, and it's not him, is Jesse Chavez. Right-handed with glasses on. No, I know it's not him. He was a long relief and whatever. It wasn't a bullpen game. It wasn't anything like that. Like, he pitched the whole game.
This motherfucker threw a no-hitter is in 2020, so it's like that doesn't even count.
That's not even
That
that long ago. How come I can't think of a right-handed guy who wore glasses for the Cubs?
because this guy sucked.
Give me one more
Dude,
clue.
it's in the chat. Don't look.
Okay.
I don't even know how to like clue you in on this guy. He yeah. Dude, I cannot think of any. I don't have any good fun facts about this
How
guy.
many career starts? Under 80?
Yes, under 40.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got no idea. Who is
Alec Mills.
Alec Mills? No. The only way I was getting there is if you went like Mills, like shopping, like
Yeah.
General Mills, and you went cereal, and then you got me to say General Mills, and then I probably still would have needed an Alex to Alec translator to get there too. Holy smokes. Alec Mills threw a no-hitter to Victor Carantini. Guys naming dudes at the bar one day. Holy.
What
That's
a name.
wild.
That was during the stretch, like that was during the stretch when no hitters like lost their meaning. No hitters now mean something again.
Yeah.
For a while there, no hitters meant nothing. It was a sad time.
Yeah. See, like Javier Assad, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. Like that's like at least a name that we know.
Yeah, Cubs with glasses. Yeah.
Ryan's got it in the chat, eh? Alec Mills. Wow. Well done. All right. Chris is in here. Fear My Turtle's in here. Q Harris, aka the fake Harris Chad.
Oh man. Let me do my on the fly research.
Jonquel Jones has a Q tag today. Uh-oh.
Oof.
What happened? Added to the injury report. Due to a right hamstring injury, Jones has started in all 4 of New York Liberty's games. And she's been cooking too. 47 fantasy points in that one against the fake Pacers. What are the fake Pacers called?
The Fever.
Okay, let's hop over to unabated here. Get the lowdown. Unabated line 162.5 here for the Liberty at home against the expansion Golden State team.
Yeah.
16-point favorites for the Liberty. We might be shopping on the Liberty's bench for some options here. And then we got a 172 in the Sky versus Dallas game. Wow, that looks good. That's a pick'em game with the highest total in which we've seen this season. So that's a good one.
Angel Reese, double.
Angel Reese, anybody's 101. Didn't Paige cook the other night?
She did.
Paige cooked 7 dimes, 43 points. I mean, out of principle, I think I got to take Paige here. Who does the model tell me to take, Nez?
Angel.
Wow. Angel's going to throw it off the backboard 9 times in a row and catch it herself.
Do you want fantasy points or not?
I guess. I'm going for it. All right. Fear My Turtle is pushing up Natasha Cloud to the 105. Yeah, so he doesn't
that makes sense.
He doesn't think Jones is going tonight, huh? So who do we like?
Stewie went, right? No, did Brianna Stewart go?
Yeah, 101.
I like Enrique.
All right. Ugamba Wale.
Yeah.
Did a big game last time out. 44 fantasy points. Wow. Ugamba Wale.
Yeah, I mean,
32 minutes.
If your brother's a third down back in the NFL and special teams specialist, I'm going to draft you.
How do you feel about people calling her a steals merchant? 6 stocks last game, leading to her 44 fantasy points.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine. I mean, I know you hate it, but
Veronica Burton, once upon a time, was a 6th rounder about a week ago. Is now in the 3rd round here. Who do you like, Nez?
Oh Jesus! I think
Allen.
Is Vandersloot there?
Nope, she's gone.
Probably Hines Allen.
All right,
Cardoso.
we're game stacking. We're game stacking a
Cardoso.
little bit here with this Dallas spot. Dallas and Chicago. We got multiple pieces. We got multiple pieces from the highest total with the pick'em line there. So we're game stacking up the highest scoring game on the slate and closest.
Seems GTO.
Dare we say. All right, Burton goes there. So we don't have that one. Emwald is telling us Thornton. Who do you like, Nez?
Thornton's not bad. I also like Temmie.
Yeah. Both of them on the expansion Golden State team.
Yeah, Dejanay also seems decent.
All right, let's keep the game stack going. We're all in on Wings versus Sky tonight.
Yeah.
Loading up.
Where did Ariel Atkins go? Way before us?
Austin saying Schwarber already homered.
He can't homer again.
Can't homer again in the second game. Who did you say? Sorry, Nez?
Ariel Atkins. I don't know where she went.
Yeah, she went already. She went pick 10.
Jesus.
It's only a 2-game slate, so all the talent is flying. I don't have a lean on these Q tags. Tiffany Hayes, she goes there with the Q tag. Chris is soaking up the Q tags right now. Taking Tiffany Hayes and Jonquel Jones. So, my favorite name in the league, Nalissa. Nalissa's still on the board, but it's a 4th Dallas piece, man. That might be out over our skis. What about Kia Nurse?
I'm kind of like McCowan, Tierra, I believe.
Another Dallas piece? We want 4 Dallas players?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. All right. Only played 15 minutes last game. What happened there? Foul trouble?
Perhaps. Check out Liz Williams as well. I want to see what her box scores look like. I believe she's a name I've clicked before.
She just went.
And she's gone.
Liz Williams. Shit. 16 minutes, 20 minutes, 12 minutes.
What about Kennedy Berkey? Let's expand her box score for the New York Libs.
Man, we got to take. I'm vetoing your pick here. We got to take Nurse. You lost the plot, dude. We're game stacking.
Don't tell me what I lost.
You lost the plot. We're game stacking this game, and you're trying to tell me to take a one-off liberty here.
The New York Libs are going to win by like 1,000,001 points.
That's true. That's true. Classic New York Libs. There it is, dude. Reese, Agumawale, Hines Allen, Carrington, McCowan, and Nurse. Full game stack from the 172 total with a pick'em line. That game is going nuke, double OT tonight. Sky versus Wings. Not to get political.
Is that in Chicago or Dallas? It's in Chicago.
I believe that one's in Chicago. Which is the Liberty are playing at home tonight. Did they play where the Nets play?
No, they play at MSG.
So they're gonna play at MSG before the Knicks tonight?
No. I guess not. Obviously,
dude.
They do play at Barclays. You're right,
dude. That'd be so sick, though. Like, like in college. Did you ever go to college basketball games?
A few times, usually for like the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, like UW games. Like the women's team would always play first. So like you come in and like you're getting like a little jacked up, and you watch the second half of the women's game. And then you do the preamble, and then you watch the men's game, and it was like a double dip. It was so fun.
And I do dabble with some college games.
It'd be a great vibe. Like, could you imagine? You just roll into MSG getting ready for the Knicks game tonight, and the Liberty are just in the 4th quarter. That would be sick.
I like where your head's at. I kind of have a crazy idea. I've got unabated projections up. I think I might just like fire off a pick'em. Let me know if you're ready.
All right, let's do it. We're going to the pick'em. We are going WNBA hunting. All right, let's do it.
All right. Angel Reese, higher points.
We're buying into the bucket making narrative with Angel Reese.
The ball's going through the hoop today. She's just overhated. That's just too easy. That's playing the the public sentiment narrative. Vandersloot, we're going lower on her PRA.
Ooh, I was gonna say you were gonna take me to higher town on her dimes, but lower PRA it is.
I'm following along as well. Okay, and then the next player is Dejanay. We're going higher on her points scored.
Okay, Carrington filling it up tonight.
And then we're doing Ariel Atkins, higher points as well.
Ariel Atkins higher on the points. So we're double dipping to this same game narrative. This directly coincides with our lineup too, Nez, because we took Angel Reese, Vandersloot went on the other side of the board, and then we took Carrington. We just missed out on Atkins. This is we're gonna click the prize box. Nothing going down in the prize box. This is unabated and Nez from the heart, or this is unabated stamp of approval.
Strictly the good people at Unabated.
All right, let's do it. Projections at Unabated available for WNBA all season. Promo code badge at sign up gets you a 20% off on that. I believe they're $4.99 for the entirety of the season. There you go. There is the Unabated pick'em for WNBA. So if you're playing along at home, we have two NBA pick'ems for this evening, and we have a WNBA one. And while we're here, I'm going to do everybody's favorite segment and just take a peek, Nez. Just take a peek and see if we like any of the price tags for dudes drafting dongs tonight.
Oh, baby.
Let's see.
I was just going to say, I know my nationals are like way priced up and in a way that it's hard to get to. So we're going to have to get cute.
Yeah, they're a little expensive for my liking in terms of what we are paying to get there. Let's start with none other than my boy Dalton Varsho, 427X leading off tonight. Can you imagine? I mean, does he play lefty today? I don't know. I hope he does.
That feels like a
what?
Dude, why can't you? It feels like a.
Yeah. No, I couldn't hear.
I don't know why you can't hear me today. Jesus.
What is this? It's like a what?
It's a lock.
Oh. I hope he's in there today. Lefty. It's not a guarantee that he will be in there. But yeah, I do like the Varsho price tag if we can get him in there. Obviously, lefty isn't the most desirable thing in the world, but he could find himself to one of a bottom five bullpen outside of Mason Miller, basically bottom five bullpen in baseball against them. And then how about our guy, Josh Lowe, who we said was mispriced as well?
Yeah, that feels great. What's that get us to?
That gets us one BBM entry. Yeah, it's a 52X. So one BBM entry gets you 131125. I hope Varsho's in the lineup. Maybe I should have waited until we definitively had the lineup to get that one in there. But yeah.
He's in there. I just looked in my heart and he's in there.
Shout out to our guy, GGX Leader, who joined up to become a member the other day. I saw that. Didn't give you a shout out. Appreciate you joining up. Jaquel Jones playing this evening. Our guy Chris just drafted her at the 108, so he thinks so, and he's a very talented, intelligent player on this site. Nez, do you have a lean on that situation at all?
When did she hit the Q tag? It was 3 hours ago. Damn.
Yeah, it's like midday in quotations, which midday Qs in NBA are never good, but yeah.
I just think it's a risk you have to take.
Okay. Relative to where is she projected in Unabated's projections right now in terms of ranking?
Like five or six.
Yeah. So if you can get her falling back to your Brianna Stewart teams, like
you just do that and hope for
yeah,
the best.
yeah. Emwald brings up a good point. It is a 16-point spread, so that does feel somewhat unlikely. That's a good point.
But does it move if she's gone?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point too. Actually, let's take a peek at something you can do with Unabated here. We can take a look. Yeah, 18 this morning, 17 and a half. Now it's 16 with the news. So smoke meets fire. Methinks it's trending in the wrong direction for Jonquel Jones.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Austin, did you miss the entire baseball segment?
What did he say?
He said he pinch hit in the first game. Acuna.
Thank you.
I wonder why though. Like that's the reason. Like we know that happened. We just weren't watching the game as to why.
They're probably just looking to get him some rest, and then like he could play, so they found him a spot to hit, and so he did.
Okay, Nez, I'm jumping back to the beautiful Black and Yellow Dog app here. We are gonna rip a draft. Do you want to hound dog it up, or do you want to pug it up?
I think the hound dog is feeling much faster, so we should get you in on that.
All right, hound dog. I've drafted one hound dog already. 2 more spots for us here, guys. 2 more spots.
Jeez, I'm looking at these unabated projections. The biggest difference they have right now is like they love Tiffany Hayes today.
Okay.
She's got a Q tag. But wow, they have Tiffany Hayes ranked 11th today. And her projection is like with the fishes. I mean, it is way down. So, and she got a Q tag to boot. So that's an interesting one. Just trying to make some rankings before I fire off some for the vibes.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
That's all you're getting. You got to pay for the rest.
Yeah, I respect that.
Angel Reese 101 though, baby.
All right, let's do this. Go Cards, roll the tape back. We went through it all about 45 minutes ago with remaining teams and stuff like that. I need the Knicks to win. My best chances in hockey to summarize.
How much money do you think if the the Pacers make it to the finals against the Thunder, and I've got, Hallie, Siakam, and Turner, how much money do you think I can win realistically? It's 310 in the finals. How high up do you think I can get?
Hallie, Siakam, Turner, Pacers make the finals, no other components. Well, okay, so you're in a considerably better position than you would be if like Boston made the finals or something like that. With like 3 Boston pieces, you're in a way better spot with like 3 Pacers players, because there's going to be guys that make the finals like with teams like mine where you're like condensed Knicks, but they're just drawing stone dead in the finals. So yeah. I would say 48th place is your ceiling.
Ooh, John, that'd be fun. Little $1,000.
Like, and I don't think that's crazy either.
Man.
Okay.
My hopes are.
Nez, we're on the clock. We got 20 seconds. Genty, the sidekick's telling me Genty.
CMC.
We're going to be the CMC guys.
Yeah, I don't know that like the CLV becomes less important. I still want CMC, but CLV, I think, would you say becomes less important in a time box contest?
It's worth nothing in a time box contest.
Yeah, I still think that it's nice to have exposure to CMC, at any rate, just overall CLV, not necessarily in the time box contest, just because I think, every day that he's not hurt is a day that his ADP gets more expensive.
Yeah, I respect that take for sure.
I love Genty, but yeah.
I would have been fine with Genty there. I would have been fine with CMC. I would have been fine with Neighbors. Would have been good with all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Drake London getting pulled up. That might give us access to a little bit of a combo here. See what our guy Cameron FFL. That's how you know he's a fantasy football.
Ooh, John, guess what? You're getting surprise challenged here.
Okay.
You need to start 2 running backs on this team.
All right. Let's do it. Achan?
Yep.
Yeah, I like this. Dude, I'm about it, man. ETR put out a show the other day talking about like their favorite builds and like that sort of stuff going on. And there was a lot of stuff that I really agreed with in terms of like cutoff positionally that makes sense. Like when you're on the right-hand side of the board, the wide receivers that come back, like now I don't think this team can be an elite quarterback team because the elite quarterbacks tend to go on the right-hand side of the board between round 3 and round 4. I think if you start like this, the 2 wide receivers that we get that roll through next, like we're going to really like them. And this sets us up really nicely to be like a 5 running back team with like 2 ceiling chasers early.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that most people would do, instinctively. But the more I do these drafts, the more I'm like hating running back really soon, like sooner than I expected to hate running back. I just think the dead zone is just maybe wider this year. I don't know. I'm workshopping a take in real time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like there's considerably more unknown, right? Like there was such a deep running back, like deep in parentheses, running back class this year that I think people are like gravitating to talent in those middle rounds that might not necessarily have opportunity, but we keep still doing it because they feel like good clicks because they're quote unquote talented, right?
Yeah. It's just like we're just, replaying the same thesis over and over again. And it's, maybe I could see it both ways where like, on May 29th, good idea to like go for some uncertainty and hope you like get some insane CLD on like an injury and during training camp, or, like, hey, I don't know yet. And so I'm just going to take the guys that I know are studs in running back wise.
Yeah. And like, this is what happens, right? Like all yellow comes back to us on the right-hand side of the board. So like Garrett Wilson goes there. Gross. I would pound the table for JSN here. Sidekick is telling us Mike Evans because of week 17, but I think there's a non-zero chance Mike Evans goes around the corner too.
No, for sure. He might.
Yeah.
I like JSN here. Bona fide, without question, certified wide receiver 1 on his team.
Love it.
Unless Cooper Kupp is resurging.
And okay, so one other thing that I kind of like that both Hayden and Josh did their like 5 players you can't stop drafting right now, the start of that series that they do every offseason. They did it with Daigle. I got halfway through it last night when I was driving home. I'm not fully done it, but like the sentiment right now that was echoed by them was like something that we talked about yesterday or Tuesday with Pete, that I was like, man, this team would feel so much better with 3 quarterbacks on it right now. And I threw out a team that I drafted this morning in this same hound with 3 quarterbacks that are like 3 dustier quarterbacks. It's just like with all the uncertainty and no like actionable camp news or depth charts or whatever, like those teams with 3 quarterbacks in like rounds 13 through 18 feels so much better. And like you can take one earlier than that, but like we're literally just we're fighting over zeros at the back end of draft boards. I would rather do like, QB 10, QB 15, and QB 25, like all on one team, right?
Yeah. It's just a matter of Shuck. I'm thinking about your team this morning. If Shuck's actually gonna play. Right. All right. I'm JMO, dude, but
you want to fuck around, find out, have some fun?
Yeah. If you're okay with the double buys.
You know what? I think it's okay.
But I mean,
when we start to running back like that, the profile of JMO coupled with double buys was enough for me to say no. I think Worthy would have, maybe not Worthy, but like the archetype of someone else there would have felt better.
There's a new profile of JMO coming out, and it's the best wide receiver in the sport. That's his new profile. You gotta skate to where the puck's going, bud. Did you see my tweet this morning?
No. What was your tweet?
I lifted another person's video, but
Uh-huh.
Jameson Williams number change.
He changed his number. He was 10 before?
He was 9 before.
9. Oh, so he was a single digit guy all along?
Yeah, but now he's number 1.
Yeah,
how fast does that look?
It looks fast. It looks neighbors fast, you know? But like going from like a single digit to a single digit in my model doesn't have as much of a boost as going from a double digit to a single digit. Like if you were a dude who was like kind of dusty,
double counting.
Yeah, you're double counting right now. Like if you were kind of dusty, like if CeeDee Lamb went from like 88 to 1, okay, now he's in 101 contention.
Ooh.
But or if you were like kind of dusty before and you're like 87, 85, and then you go to like 8, now you're boosted in the model.
But
9 to 1, 9 to 1 is just like I think I don't want to give away the secret sauce in my model, but I think it's like a 0.413x correlation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with Blake though, to be honest, which I hate saying, but you know, double eights is that is an outlier in the double digit, you know,
true
weighting. That gets, you know, that's an outlier.
It's like when T. Higgins went from 85 to whatever single digit he is now.
5. Isn't he just Cinco?
Fuck. We should have seen the breakout of last year coming. He was so underpriced last year if we had factored that into our model.
Yeah.
You know who could break the model this year with going double digit to single digit? Waddle.
Did he change his number?
No, but if he shifts. Okay, we got to make this pick here. Godwin. Okay, now we get the correlation that we missed out on previously, or Juwan Jennings, or Addison.
Godwin, I think.
All right, we agree with the sidekick here. Get some week 17 correlation. I mean, when you start with 2 running backs, what you really need in the 5th round is a wide receiver who's probably not going to play the first week of the season. That's definitely what you need.
Hey, they said he might play. You don't like setting up Baker doubles? Who the hell am I drafting with right now? Jesus. Dude's missing a plot.
Yeah, so I think if Waddle went from 17 to 1, he should go at least 1 round earlier.
Yeah, that checks out. That checks out.
Like, you know, like who's another double digit guy that would like rise for you?
I'm thinking.
Oh, Addison almost came back. I'm hearing Juwan Jennings from the sidekick here. We could also do Debo, or we could do Judy. What do you like?
Juwan or Judy? What do you like?
Let's do Judy.
Okay.
I don't want to do the Purdy double thing.
Yeah.
With like CMC. And I know if we take Juwan Jennings there that we're going to wind up doing like the Purdy double thing.
And just another reason to not take Juwan there. He's only going to get cheaper, right?
I think so. Because Ayuk news can push it that way. Yeah, I think so. Pearsall news. Oh man, this is such a good take. Dontavian Wicks would magically have hands if he switched to number 2.
Oh man, if Dontavian Wicks switched, look out.
Yeah, that's such a good take, man. Five is the worst single-digit wide receiver number.
The crookedness of it does not look very fast. I will say it does not look fast.
I was gonna say 7 was the worst.
Yeah, 7 like Rashad Bateman. Yeah, it looks kind of awkward on Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, like 7's just like slower 1.
5 looks like it catches a lot of wind. You know, like it's not
it's like
not
a parachute.
It's not an aerodynamic number.
This part of the 5 is just catch and breeze.
It's so much drag, But 8, you know, it prevents the drag, and it's very aerodynamic number.
Good shout.
JMO's probably the only one that can make 9 look fast.
Yeah, that's true. Man, he's gonna be so much faster in 1. You're right. I might have to adjust the model a bit.
Numerology. No one's doing this.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's caught on to our OG bit of the suffix stuff. Like if you add when Debo added the senior, it was like the most obvious bump in history. Like you add a senior to your name, like Odell Beckham Jr., obviously going to be nasty. Like it's just like it's so obvious when you add one to it. I mean, maybe we should be baking that into the Luther Burton model.
What's he?
I think he's got a 3 beside his name, doesn't he?
I think he is the third of his name, actually. It's not there, but I do believe he is the third of his name.
Dude, like that instantly makes the draft capital worth at least 10 picks higher. I didn't think he was going to take. You think? Look at the irony in this. The dude with Roman numerals taking Rome's job. Oh. Like the narratives fucking write themselves, dude.
In all seriousness, the more I see about Luther Burton, the more excited I am about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir can't do it. Golden or Cooper Kupp or running back.
I think Golden. Like another week 8 bye doesn't jive well with me.
Yeah. Good shout.
I think we do have to be mindful of that when we start running back.
Yeah. It does give us outs at another quarterback here too, because Love's like decently underpriced. Like we got all our quarterbacks still on the board right now.
Mm-hmm. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. That was your big boy. Glad that people didn't have to hear that.
I think in this range, I'm probably wide receiver again. Wow, Luther Burton 85? What?
Yeah.
We don't have to do that. We can all have we can have nice things, I promise.
Okay, Seattle double's probably bad, right? I don't want the Mbuka another buy as well.
I like Mooney, but
you like Mooney? It gives us another quarterback out.
We were just doing the double buy thing again, but it's a separate double buy. But no, I like Mooney a lot, man.
Okay. Atlanta's got that Rams week 17 too. That's fun.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Golden versus Baltimore, but they're at home. Seattle, that Carolina game. Seattle double might have been kind of fun.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Bad pick gets home in week 17. Tail as old as time.
Yeah.
Man, what is Luther Burton's ADP? I know it's not 80. Isn't it like 100?
I don't think it's quite that high.
94.
94.
All right.
My secret sauce cumulative rankings that are in here right now have him at 115. He wasn't even on the sidekick when we got it there.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get my bearings in these drafts, dude. Like I just jammed like the 20 $3 one was in the slow drafts. I just
Schnauzer.
I just jammed those in to like make sure I got a couple. Did a couple puppies. I'll do the 6 hounds and I'll do the 3 pugs. Starting to get my bearings right now. And there's like some pretty clear pockets that I'm like, I want running back here. I want quarterback here. I want some of these tight ends here. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know if I'm right on it, but like I'm starting to define, where I'm at. Like that Rain City Bastard in 101 there. Like that I did the exact same kind of build this morning. I didn't take quarterback in that spot, but I did Laporta plus Kelsey. Like where I'm like I don't like any of these other guys here. I already got 2 running backs and I got 4 wide receivers. Like, let me just do Laporta, Kelsey, and shut it down. I like the tight ends at the back end of the board more than a lot of like the zeros or potential zeros at the skill positions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's how I was last year with tight end, and it's not like I'm fully against it this year, but that's how I felt last year. Was like, hey, I like these late round tight ends a lot, and they're far less likely to be zeros. So take them.
Huckleberry, much to our chagrin, goes with the Baker Mbuka there.
Bastard.
Interesting start. Gibbs, Bowers, Brown, and then just pounds wide receivers for 5 rounds. And he's not even like that far behind either. Like I like it.
That's cool.
It's telling us to do Goff or Love or Purdy. It's telling us to do quarterback here. Which was your favorite of that group?
Probably Goff. Since it's there, I like Shaheed as well, man.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, cool.
Push this quarterback shit.
Yeah, I just like absolutely like going piss crazy after starting 2 running backs and just getting a team that feels like we are piss boys, but we actually have Chan and CMC on this team.
The old 2-7 start.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, like Go Cards is asking, like, would you be good with 7 wide receivers on this team? I mean, at this point, probably. But I think the profiles of the guys that we took, we should still add an 8th.
Yeah, I would definitely hard cap it at 8.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a 3 quarterback team, 3 tight end team, 5 running back.
Yeah, I think 5 would make sense for running back.
Yeah, in that case, we'd stop at 7.
3-5-7-3.
Yeah, that's the new alpha, bro.
Let's see.
Goff or Purdy or Love.
Probably Goff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Goff plus JMO there. No Minnesota bring back on this one just yet, but Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is already gone?
Yeah, I think so.
Jordan Mason's already gone. RB32.
Is he RB32?
Yeah, Hawkinson's gone.
He's got to be one of the most expensive RB2s, right?
Depends what your view.
I meant like on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tracy. Scattaboo. Fuck, I might have taken Andrews there and then pushed quarterback again. I like that Andrews pick.
Yeah, I would have been torn between him and Loveland. I don't know, man. It's a good price for Andrews. I just need to get over I don't know why I'm scared of Mark Andrews.
Yeah, 113 tied to the quarterback that should have won MVP last year.
Right.
Passing numbers have only gotten better. They run with the running back and throw inside the red zone more than they did in the past, where it was like all funneling through Lamar.
Yeah, like what am I scared of?
I don't know. You go scared, go to church.
That's what they say.
That's what Snoop says. Dude, there was a conversation the other day. Maybe it was that same pod that I was listening to, like the Tyrone Tracy versus like Scadaboo thing. It like I know Tracy had like almost 1,000 yards or whatever, or had 1,000 yards from scrimmage last year, and like he can catch balls and stuff. But like, if you smacked on a 5th round, what was he, a 5th or a 6th round draft pick, and you smacked running back like that, and you had a vet in motor, if you were really happy with your running back room, would you go take Cam Scadaboo? No.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't get the Tracy love. I'm out on Tracy.
I just think because it like I got to look more into his efficiency numbers and whatnot. I think people have this perception, and I sort of do-ish too, but I'm like, I'm choosing to acknowledge it, that he was good last year, but I don't actually think he was. Wow. All right. Loveland came all the way back to us. We were pissed the hell off. We would piss Cameron off really bad if we did that, but
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take
it's just
Loveland.
too far of a fall.
Yeah, we get nice 10 picks, 11 picks of ADP right there. He takes Jordan Love from us. He snaps right back on us.
Ben Johnson was the coach of Laporta's rookie season.
Yep, 100%. Offensive coordinator that year. He thinks there might be some parallels.
I'm willing to pattern match.
Yeah, me too. Feels like a 3 quarterback team for sure. Yeah, I'm thinking here. The wheels are turning here based on where we're at in the board or on the board and stuff. I think one of these running backs comes back to us. I'd be happy to take like. Say again.
What would you do here if you didn't go running back? Because I think running back.
I would take Penix. I think we could take Spears or Penix.
What's Penix ADP? Put Spears in, and then because I think Penix is going to come back.
Okay. We'll put Spears in, and then hope.
I thought it was like a 150 ADP.
No, dude. What is 148? We can also fall back on Tua to Achan. I think we needed running back there.
I do
someone
too.
with a job. Because we can get Penix still. We can get Darnold still.
We could do Tua with Achan.
We could do Shuck.
If we do we're gonna need 3 regardless. I think Darnold would be fun.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I don't know why I just woke up one day and now I'm kind of in on Sam Darnold.
Just be like, how much different is he than Geno? He'll be fine. The other one we could have done there was Pitts and set up the double to make sure nobody took him from us because the London drafter was on our right. So then nobody would take naked Penix unless it was with Bijan.
That's true.
That was one that I was flirting. So we could have done Loveland, Pitts. Because now I think Huckleberry, he's done it to us once and he's going to do it again here. Oh, maybe he's setting up the Geno thing with Bowers. Yeah, he's got outs. He doesn't have to do it. But he's shown his hand here, Nez, by doing the skinny stack in between rounds once already. I think he's going to consider it again.
Do you think in general this season on Kyle Pitts, will you be above or below 8%?
Below.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but I think I like other guys in this range more. Fool me a 19th time narrative, you know? I don't love Tua with Achan only, but
yeah,
at least it's somewhat contrarian, I guess. You can also backstack like Carolina. Like you could do like Thielen and Bryce or Leggett.
I think Thielen's gone, but
Was Thielen already gone? Nope.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's like 160. I was, fuck around, find out with the. Yeah, there
Blake's
he goes.
trying to do it.
There we
he
go.
goes.
We set up the Penix thing. We killed ourselves. Dude, you know what? I like this plan. All right, I'm not gonna say it out loud yet, but I like this plan.
All right, I trust you.
Oh! All right, we're out on it. We're recalibrating. We got to take Tua here.
All right, he just scared the shit out of Tucker.
Yeah, he came bolting in. He thought I was dead. Kadarius Toney. Yeah, because I was gonna say Bryce right there, and then we have the JSN Week 17 correlation, and then you backstack Bryce with Thielen on the wraparound here.
That would have been perfect.
I'm out here playing 3D chess with him, bro.
Is Westbrook Akine a good pick?
He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be on this team.
What if Tyreek Hill goes to Antonio Brown mid-season?
I mean, it might not even take till mid-season. Roshan?
Sheesh. Roshan or Eckler? I mean,
let's do Eckler. You like Eckler more?
I think so.
Yeah. Correlation be damned. Let's take Eckler here. Why not?
I feel more comfortable with that because, like, the Bears might trade for someone potentially. I don't know. I still don't think Roshan's that good.
How about future Bear Nick Chubb? How's that sound?
It sounds like I don't care.
That sounds like Ben Johnson running it back with Swift and Jamal.
Oh shit.
Think about Ben Johnson's offenses for the last couple years. He's got two backs. He's got the shifty and pass catching one, and then he's got the goal line efficiency one. Don't you think he could look at the squats, see those videos of Nick Chubb, and be like, that guy can score 12 touchdowns for us this year? That is my new David Montgomery. 10 touches.
I'm gonna need more. I'm maybe Dobbins. If you put Dobbins in Chicago, brother, now I'm super intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, it's same thesis, I guess.
Ooh,
same thesis, better player, right? That's your take?
Yeah. No Christian Walker today for the Astros, but batting cleanup, playing first base is Victor Caratini.
Oh, yeah, let's go, man. Ahead of our time. Batting in the 4-hole, buddy.
They're making Yiner play catcher, so that probably means stolen base city for
Shane Boz, aka Shane Bayou. They're telling us tight ends here. Kata Otten for the correlation.
Okay.
No buy overlap.
I do like Hunter Henry, but we could use some correlation, I suppose.
We can take Hunter Henry. Do you like him more?
Click him, yeah. Oh,
no, it's good.
Oh, auto.
We got him.
You have ranks in, so if it times out, we'll just take your highest ranked player. Genius.
Dude, I think we fucked up though.
Why?
Well, Sam Darnold just went. We could have pushed tight end.
Why the fuck did he take Sam Darnold? Who takes Sam Darnold?
Yeah, when you get Caleb and Jordan Love, you gotta take unstacked Sam Darnold. You gotta do it, Cameron. You gotta do it, man.
Fantasy football league. Well, that sucks. I'm out.
You gotta do it. All right.
Lost. Keenan,
dude. Shuck season.
All right, let's go. Shuck. That's a great pick,
dude. I don't give a shuck what anybody else is doing in this room. We're taking Shuck 20 picks ahead of ADP.
Perfect. John, I do have to go pick my sister up from the airport.
All right, you go do you.
present
I will
time.
land this plane, bro.
Thank you. And, thank you for holding it down tomorrow. Show Jon some love. Roto run, solo run, OG tomorrow.
Peace, Nez.
Good luck. Land this plane.
We're landing it. Enjoy the family time.
Thank you, dude.
All right. Remember what the day when Scroll the F Down was a thing? It's free, baby. We are free right here. We're back. We're full back. Scrolling all the way down. Nez has no idea what he signed up for. There's no way we're taking an 8th wide receiver on this team. 0% chance. No matter what the sidekick tells me. Oh, good. It's not telling us. All right. We're good. I'm just going to turn the yellow button off. We could do like kneel for the correlation, but don't love it. Everybody's blowing this Lloyd thing out of proportion with like the non-practice jersey on or whatever, running with the injured dudes. We're done at quarterback. Goff, Tua, and Shuck. I have a bona fide guaranteed to be on this roster team coming soon. Guaranteed pick coming in these next 2 picks. As long as Deal Me In doesn't snipe us here. He does not. Ferguson getting some love there. Cheeky little stack, probably with some Stafford stuff. All right. Ooh, that was close. So Sanders goes there. That's a fun backstack with the Carolina stuff. Tucker Chillman. This is what we're doing. Juwan Johnson for sure. I knew the sidekick was going to tell me it was Juwan Johnson season. Juwan Johnson got so much money to play football this year, and we need a 3rd tight end on this team. Plus, it completes our Shuck double stack. So we got double New Orleans here. New Orleans, week 17, versus the Titans at Tennessee. We got to land this plane with a running back for sure. What can we do? That was my guaranteed to be on the roster play right there. Now we got to scroll. Can I interest you in Miles Sanders? I don't think you can. I don't think we can run that one back. Jumfrey's building a similar disgusting team. There's nothing about this is disgusting. Let's do this. Let's take Taj Brooks. Let's do it. We're scrolling all the way the F down. Sidekick wanted us to do the kneel thing or take Hunter. I'm scrolling, bro. I'm scrolling. We're doubling down on our bet of our 2nd round pick, 1st and 2nd round pick, that CMC and HN are the guys you need. So we're betting against the Chase Brown team, and we're adding in Taj Brooks. Taj Brooks, talented, rips that job. Injuries happen, yada, yada. Zach Moss coming back from a neck injury at his age, took a discounted price tag to be there. Let's go. Nothing about this team is disgusting. Types in Taj Brooks. Put it on my tombstone, bro. That's how we do. A 3-5-7-3 with the double anchor hero RB strategy. Whoa. Korsky Merritt. I've never heard of this guy before. Washington. Wow, I got to do a little research, a little ball knowledge there. B-Smurf putting me in a body bag with that one. Nice. Love it. Oh, that's a Davis special? Oh, okay. I got to watch this more Davis then. 30% Taj Brooks for T-Bear. There we go. So T-Bear doesn't agree with my 1st round selection, but he certainly agrees with my last round selection. JCM special. There we go. The JCM. All right. I got to learn me some JCM. All right, guys. This is the top secret thing Underdog does not want you to know about. The Tyler Shuck scroll the F down 3 quarterback build with that late Juwan Johnson correlation for the second draft in a row. Perfectly executed. Goff, Tua, Shuck, CMC. Dude, CMC would have paired so nice with a CMC JCM like team, like, working off the initials. You want to talk about initials correlation? CMC, Achan, Tajay Spears, Eckler, and Todd Brooks. JSN, another acronym guy. Oh man, we could have had them all. JSN, JMO, Godwin, Jerry Judy, Golden, Darnell Mooney, Rashid Shaheed, Loveland, Henry, Juwan Johnson. On the sucks or fucks scale, this team absolutely fucks. Absolutely. Gigi's asking how much AD Mitchell we drafting. I think he's at a good price tag right now. I don't mind it as like a last 2-round stack as a bailout when you get stuck at quarterback. If you get stuck at quarterback to just go bail out Danny Dimes plus AD Mitchell, feels good. Davis has got you onto him, B-Smurf. All right, I respect it. Superflex we'll have to save for another day. Already been live for 2 hours. Mr. Good Boy's got to go out here. I got to go attack this day a little bit. Yeah, best of luck to everybody in the NBA streets. Best of luck in the MLB streets, the hockey streets carrying over. And yeah, WNBA, if you're playing this evening, I'm going to get some more entries in there. Big prize pool this evening in the WNBA as well as the baseball streets. I will be in the streets. It's going to be a solo run tomorrow, but we'll mix in probably a paywall stream as well. Maybe do like a back-to-back, or we'll mix in all the sports tomorrow. We're done with NBA dailies, which is sad to say. We'll do some, single game stuff in the future, but the big contests are going to be gone. So we're going to have to find some other stuff to fill the void. And a lot of that is going to be football content. So we can do Superflex. We can do Superflex. We can do the Hound. We can do some of the Pug stuff. Make sure it's all in there. So we'll do that tomorrow as well. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, notification bell on your way out the door, please, and thank you. All right, let's tie a bow on that bad boy. Everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.